Jim, we got a lot of kindling to work with.
Oh, do we ever?
We were just talking about the Tesla call with Andrew. You said it was going to be key to the print.
Well, I mean, in the end, targets were raised. People liked it. They're making a lot of cars would have made, and I think this is kind of the takeaway, would have been able to sell a lot more cars had they had more availability. And there are people who are going to say that, well, wait a second, is demand as strong as he says? And I trust him. I trust him when he says that, look, had there not been a chip shortage, he would have blown away the numbers. David, what I didn't like about it is that's what all the car companies would have said. And I would have thought there was no wizardry to the quarter. No alchemy, but no wizardry.
Right. I wonder, Jim, and earlier on Squawk Box, about 6:45 this morning, there was an analyst very negative on the what he says, at least, is a slowdown in their ability to actually produce batteries. I mean, Musk did bring up the whole Baskin-Robbins comparison, saying, we have 36 flavors of batteries at this point. And there are those who say, well, that is going to, what he went on to say, the engineering drag coefficient is going to actually mean fewer batteries available, and therefore things are going to get delayed.
But a lot of what he was saying was, it's kind of funny, that manufacturing is difficult. Whether it be battery, whether it be semiconductors, there's a lot of moving parts. And again, Carl, when I want to listen, I want Elon Musk to tell me, you know what to pick up. I've got orders be out, and it's going to come in December, and you're going to just love it. Berlin, let me tell you what's going on in Germany. China, I don't know what all the talk about is of a slowdown. I mean, none of that. Instead, it was like, hey, we got a semiconductor shortage, and it's going to be difficult. And then he had the contempt for the analysts and the love for the people who are the power to the people call. You know, David, he likes to do that with, let's have some fanboys in, and the fanboys ask questions. And my takeaway was, okay, it's hard to build a car. All right. There you go.
Wow. Instead, Jim, instead of the things you were hoping to hear, he talked about chips. But I think the more interesting soundbite is the one about Apple, not necessarily calling the company out by name, but referring to their overall business model and his personal view of it. This is what he said.
Our goal is to support the advent of sustainable energy. It is not to create a walled garden and use that to bludgeon our competitors, which is sometimes used by some companies.
He's hilarious. A little Apple joke. Well, I think there's going to be an Apple joke on him later tonight when there seems like a company knows how to make a lot of money. Now, Tesla did make a lot of money, but the walled garden, anyone can use the charging station. Again, I come back to the idea that you never want Tesla to be another car company, because then the magic is lost.
Right. But I wonder if he does see Apple, though, as an eventual competitor. I mean, when you walk into a car these days, the operating system and what you've got in front of you is as important as anything, and the ease of use. And that's only going to grow as we get closer to full automation,
right?
Where really, what is it about the car that you care about, or what distinguishes it?
Well, look, you're right.
And you do wonder whether Apple eventually will finally make that move as it becomes closer and closer to really just a user experience with technology.
Well, the king of Intel is talking about doing amazing things with Mobileye.
The king of Intel?
King of Intel.
Is that what you call him?
Well, I
now?
don't think he's the CEO. Pat Gelsinger?
Yes.
Yeah. He's the king.
Oh, he's the king.
He's the king.
I didn't know that.
But he's only the king of Intel. He's not king of chips. Not yet. Now, I like Pat. I like to have a little fun with him. But in the end, Mobileye might be real. Because he's promising me we're going to drive around New York driverless. So maybe he's ahead of Musk. Maybe Jim Farley, related to Chris Farley, late comedian, maybe Jim Farley's ahead of Musk when it comes to the Mustang E and when it comes to the Lightning F-150. F-150, David, being the greatest selling pickup has got a thing in the back.
So you think the population of would-be competitors is broader than European luxury OEM?
Exactly. I mean, I looked at the Lucid again. Maybe pick up a Lucid. Fisker.
$45 billion market value on good old Lucid.
Everybody's wrong. The prices are all wrong. United Parcel really down 14. Is she kidding me?
$45 billion.
16. I mean, what did she just say?
Did I mention Lucid's got a $45 billion market value?
Well, it's high.
Some people were a little confused, I think.
It's high.
That they had 1.6 billion shares out. It's high. It's banking on them being a true and serious competitor at the high end.
No, it's banking on enthusiasm. See, and that's what's been Look, these things work until they don't.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.